Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH Wealth Solution article. Today, we're looking at an article from fedsmith.com. So this is going to focus on federal employees, whether you work for the post office or the city or the state government or federal government. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. Happy New Year. 2023 TSP performance provides great returns. A December 30th, 2023 article by Ralph Smith for Federal Employee Pay News. 2023 TSP returns rebound from 2022 losses. Earlier in 2023, it looked like 2023 TSP or Thrift Savings Plan performance would disappoint Thrift Savings Plan investors. Despite most analysts predicting the year would disappoint stock market investors, many of the possible events that could have crippled the performance of the stock market did not materialize. Generally, most predictions for stock market performance anticipated a recession as the Federal Reserve was raising interest rates to bring down the crippling rate of inflation. That did not happen as inflation decreased, consumers kept spending, and the unemployment rate fell to 3.4%. Another unexpected event was the impact of artificial intelligence expectations on stocks. The high-flying performance of the stock market in 2023 was largely because of companies now labeled the Magnificent Seven: Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta Platforms, and Tesla. These stocks accounted for about 2/3 of the gains in the S&P 500 this year, and their impact on the TSP's C Fund favorable performance in 2023 was significant. One stock, Nvidia, went up about 239%. While most TSP investors may not be familiar with this company, it designs and sells a variety of computer chip systems for use in vehicles and robotics. The advantage for investors in a broad fund like the C Fund is that the fund contains a wide variety of companies. It does not require an investor to have specialized knowledge of specific companies, unlike those fake-ass gurus who tell you, invest in this, I buy this stock. Even those investors who may never have heard of Nvidia realize the significant gain in their assets by investing in the broad asset mix of the C Fund. 26% 2023 return for C Funds, S Fund up 10% in December. The most popular fund in the TSP universe is the C Fund. This fund is based on the S&P 500 index. Now, isn't it funny, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people will tell you to buy S&P ETFs or the S&P fund in your retirement account, even the federal government, or like Index Universal Life Insurance, which mirrors the S&P. Meanwhile, Dave Ramsey tells you to buy a term and invest the rest. The federal government doesn't, though. It had the best return of the year with a final return of 26.25%. For comparison, the S&P 500 index had a return of 24% 2023. The S Fund is more volatile than the C Fund, and the S Fund invests in small companies that can grow faster but may fall just as fast. December is a good example of how this fund can perform. The S Fund performance in 2023 finished just behind the C Fund as it shot up more than 10% in December. The core stock funds in the TSP all performed well in 2023. Here are the results. The C Fund 26.25%, the S Fund 25.3%, and the I Fund 18.38%. In 2021, the C Fund had a return that was even better than in 2023. Then, when it provided a return of 28.68%. That was the third consecutive year of significant positive returns for the C fund. In 2020, the C fund had a return of 18.31%, and in 2019, it provided a return of 31.45%. For any federal employee with a hefty investment in the C fund, their retirement assets received a big boost because of their TSP investment. Pause. Ladies and gentlemen, ask Wall Street Trapper or your favorite fake-ass guru about this or any of these other funds. They can't tell you anything about it. They might be able to tell you about cryptocurrency, which is a fake investment because digital currency is not backed by anything. Even though the US currency went away from the gold standard, we're backed by the might of the US government. Cryptocurrency is backed by your binary code. So if some nerd decides to not drink his Mountain Dew and go on his computer today, all your crypto is gone. In 2022, TSP investors were disappointed by the dismal performance of their investments. The C fund was negative 18.13%. The most significant winners in the TSP for 2022 were G fund investors, who enjoyed a yearly return of 2.98%, while all of the other funds had a negative return in 2022. 2023 TSP performance and December TSP returns. Well, I'm not going to go through all those funds. How did TSP investors react in the stock market rally? During the past year, as the stock market was going up, some TSP investors put more money into the C fund while the G fund assets declined. At the end of November 2022, the G fund had the largest allocation of investors' allocation of money. At that time, the G fund had 32.1% of assets, valued at $239.9 billion. At the end of November 23, the G fund had 28.9% of investor assets, valued at $235.3 billion. Here's how this breaks down from one year to the next, and that's the chart there. So G fund 31% in 2022, which was $239.9 billion, 28.9% in 23, which is $23.5 billion, or an asset of negative $4.6 billion. The G fund in 2022 had 29.9%, or $223.5 billion. As of 2023, it had 31.9%, or $259 billion, which is a plus $36 billion increase. That's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth and for real financial information, as opposed to someone just telling you to go into Invesco QQQ because they saw it on TV, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.